Welcome to this edition of the Desert Vision, presented by U.S. Army Central. I'm Sergeant Brent Nordyke.
And I'm Sergeant Adam Parent.
Coming up in this edition of the Desert Vision, we meet a mother and daughter deployed to Camp Arifjan. Area Support Group Kuwait conducts a mass casualty exercise, and a U.S. ARCENT soldier shares the story of his family's service.
First up, two soldiers with the 452nd Combat Support Hospital at Camp Arifjan share their story of what it's like when family deploys together.
So she was at basic training in AIT and I was getting ready to deploy. There was really no indication that she would be deploying with us. It wasn't until 3 weeks before we deployed that there was a need to have pharmacy techs fill some vacant slots that we had. So they reached out to my daughter while she was at AIT.
For me, I was thinking, my brother just got back, it's my turn. Like, that's the whole reason I joined. I've always wanted to serve since I was little. So when I got that call, like, hey, do you want to come? And it's like, absolutely, there is no questioning this. So for me, it was very exciting, but also very nerve-wracking because I haven't been out of the States, and being away from my family, I mean, that's one of the most important things to me is my family. So being away from them, it was a little scary. But knowing I had my mom here, my best friend, it made it a lot easier. We do get to spend a lot of time together. I think we eat lunch together almost every day, and that's kind of our time to, you know, be mother-daughter and not, you know, ma'am and private.
The Van Horns, along with the rest of the 452nd Cash, support Operation Spartan Shield.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Abdullah, and on behalf of the Army Surgeon General, this is your Army Medicine, Be As Healthy As You Can Be, Health Minute. We want to remind you that the flu season is around the corner and that the 2018-2019 influenza vaccine will be available in October. While you're getting your flu shot, this is a great time to make sure all of your other vaccines are up to date. The flu shot saves lives, and getting this vaccine protects you, your loved ones, and other people around you. Vaccines have nearly eliminated many damaging and deadly diseases such as polio and measles. And remember that if you are traveling, there are additional vaccines like the typhoid fever vaccine that can help protect you. To find out more about the flu vaccine and other immunizations, contact your military treatment facility or extra primary care provider. Army Medicine, one team, one purpose, conserving the fighting strength since 1775.
Next, the 452nd Cash teamed up with Area Support Group Kuwait to conduct a mass casualty exercise at Camp Arifjan and Camp Beering to test their communication and reaction time to a simulated missile attack.
Exercise, exercise, exercise.
The main purpose of the exercise was to test our communications and mission command systems so that in the event of emergency we stand ready, we have the systems we need in order to provide the colonel, the commander of Area Support Group Kuwait, with the best possible operating picture so we can make the best decisions to respond to emergencies. The alternate portion of the exercise involves the first responders here on Camp Arifjan and Camp Beering. It allows our medical personnel, CASH, and our EMS folks, as well as our PMO, EOD, and UMT teams actually to train on how they would respond to an emergency to better prepare themselves for such a case.
The mass casualty exercise also involved military police, explosive ordnance disposal, and emergency management services.
With news and information from around U.S. Army Central's area of operation, this is your Lucky 6 Minute. Lieutenant General Michael X. Garrett, U.S. Army Central Commander, traveled to Kuwait to visit soldiers and attend the 2018 Gulf Chiefs of Defense Conference, then to Iraq for the Combined Joint Task Force Operation Inherent Resolve Transfer of Authority ceremony and visits with soldiers. On to Egypt for Exercise Bright Star 18 and engagements with senior Egyptian leadership. In Qatar, he also visited with senior leaders, tried out the new Army Combat Fitness Test, and met with the command teams of ARCENT during the Leadership Development Forum. Finally in Jordan, where he engaged with senior leaders, other members of the Jordan Armed Forces, and U.S. soldiers supporting the ARCENT mission in the region. This has been the Lucky 6 Minute from U.S. Army Central.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Abdullah, and on behalf of the Army Surgeon General, this is your Army Medicine, Be As Healthy As You Can Be, Health Minute. During October, it is important to recognize that breast cancer screening saves lives. Although most professional societies now recommend against routine breast self-examination for most women, it is important for all women to have breast awareness and to seek treatment for changes. High-risk women may require additional screening. Those with strong family history should consult a healthcare provider to see if testing for the BRCA gene is warranted. In these cases, prophylactic surgery may be considered in addition to more intense screening. Decisions about exactly when to screen through mammography are best made between a woman and her healthcare provider. Professional societies recommend that normal risk women can receive screening beginning at age 40 to 50, with screening to begin no later than 50 years of age. Be sure to seek care right away for breast changes and to discuss a screening mammography with your healthcare provider. Army Medicine, one team, one purpose, conserving the fighting strength since 1775.
This year marks the 100th anniversary of U.S. Army Central. We sat down with Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Remfer, a current U.S. ARCENT soldier, to discuss the service of his great uncle with 3rd Army during World War II.
It's really interesting to know that I'm serving as a unit not only with a great lineage and history in and of itself, but one that also has a personal history to it. I had a great uncle that served not just during World War II, but in the 3rd Army. Uncle Harry and the rest of the guys, 79th ID, 3rd Army that served at that time, they didn't always have it easy. It was on June 14th, so D+8 is when Uncle Harry's regiment, the 314th, went ashore. They landed at Normandy at Utah Beach and then proceeded inland from there to pick up the fight. He was a heavy mortar gunner, and those guys were slugging it, day in and day out. In fighting around Haguenau, France in late 44, Christmas, and then through the New Year's, he was wounded on the 4th of January, 1945. I do know he was evacuated off of the front line. It moved a little bit further to the rear to the field hospital, and the station that he was at, or field hospital, was overrun. The Secretary of War desires me to inform you that your husband, PFC Harry Remfer, is a prisoner of war of German government based on information received through Provost Marshal General. Further information received will be furnished by the Provost Marshal General. And it's an amazing thing to have been held in captivity, an amazing thing to stand true to your values and to make it home after the war. And I truly believe that's service of the highest honor. When a unit, I think, has a great appreciation for its history, it helps perpetuate esprit de corps. You feel proud to wear this patch. You feel proud to be part of 3rd Army. Being part of a 100-year tradition is something we can all be proud of, and I think it's incumbent upon us to add to the tradition.
Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Remfer recently conducted the swearing-in ceremony of another member of the Remfer family, his wife, Jeanette. Next up, let's take a look at what the major commands of U.S. Army Central are up to.
That's it for this edition of the Desert Vision. For these stories and more, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/US Army Central.
And our YouTube channel at youtube.com/US Army Central. I'm Sergeant Adam Parent.
And I'm Sergeant Brett Nordyke.
Thanks for watching.